Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the TNA Ring Report, live edition. Coming up, Cedric Alexander is the new X Division champion. He ended the reign of Leon Slater, been a fighting champion. But guess who comes? Fabian Aichner arrived. What's going on with that? Cedric Alexander having new problems as he's the new champion of the X Division. We talk about it right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the TNA Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Cedric Dix here. Glad you can join us in the TNA Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right. Let's not waste no time. What's up? Let's get the TNA Ring Report started right here, right now. We kick things off with this. Eric Young. What could be next in line for a future shot at the World's Championship? Eric Young coming out there. Even a ECW Smoky Mountain wrestling legend came out there as well. He came, Mustafa Sadiq. Remember him with New Jack and all them. They was the gangsters. He came out there in that Battle Royal. But Eric Young, who I had predicted was going to win that match, Eric Young has been destroying everyone from left to right, destroying everyone in sight. EY, now the new number one contender after taking everybody out. EY has been on a roll as of late. EY took out EC3 last week, if you recall that. EC3 has been out with a negative. We haven't seen EC3 in quite some time. EY now next in line to challenge this man right here, Mike Santana, for the TNA Championship. We'll see that match coming up, and then we'll see it when there will be a future date for that match, probably at Slammiversary. Might see that match at Slammiversary coming up. But EY, Eric Young, is the new number one contender for the World's Championship, TNA title. Speaking of more TNA championships, it looked like Zane Lee and Zaya Brookside were going to have their feud. They're going to be feuding perhaps over the Knockouts Championship. Zaya Brookside is still taking personal shots at you know who. And you can tell right here, Zane Lee won the championship last week from what's her name? Ariana Grace. Ariana Grace was a TNA champion, but she didn't last too long with the TNA championship. It looked like now Zaya Lee now focused on her former best friend, Zaya Brookside. They're gonna have a feud coming down the road a little bit later. AJ Francis was in action tonight. Francis was in action tonight against his former friend. Look, everybody was fighting their former friends or going against their former friend. Casey Navarro, and it looks like AJ Francis looks like he put an end to what he had going on tonight. Francis won his match tonight. No, he's fed up by some. Speaking of that, it's the Battle of the GMs or Battle of the Representatives. Director Authority Santino returns and he calls out, you know who, Daria Ray, puts her in her place. Daria Ray made a match for coming up for Mike Santana. Santana will likely have to defend the World Championship against Steve Macklin one more time. So we'll get an official winner. We'll see that match coming up between Macklin and Santana next week. That'll be the main event for next week. So Santana looking prepared for his opportunity, what he's got to do to for defending his goal. We'll see that next week. Speaking of that, it looks like Three's Company. It looks like Zarya, Rosemary, and Allie won their match tonight. The Three's Company situation, and what a situation that was going to be. We saw it tonight. We saw it how it was going to progress. It did progress tonight. Progress to the way it did. So we seeing how all of this coming around. Coming around. And we see tonight how all this is coming back. They won their match tonight in good standing. So we see how that went. Also, too, Slammiversary and TNA announced that Slammiversary, the Ultimate X was coming back. So it likely whoever the X Division champion will defend their gold at Ultimate X. That's the most dangerous match in TNA. Ultimate X with all those ladders, and then you get to grab the X or grab the championship that's located in the middle of the X. So we'll see that. But like we told you, Ace Navarro went against what's his name? Did his job. Did his job all right. Well, it looks like Leon Slater has been dethroned as the TNA X Division champion. It looks like Leon Slater has been thrown at the 2 out of 3 falls match against Cedric Alexander. Alexander and Slater put their best. It just wasn't enough. Slater lost to Alexander. Alexander won. He's happy and congratulated, but he gets a shock of his life from his past. Looks like Fabian Aichner, better known as, Fabian Aichner. He was part of Imperium, has returned. He looked like he wants some X Division gold. He probably going at Cedric Alexander to do so. So Ced is kind of like a whole bit of trouble. I can tell you that right now. Cedric Alexander is going to be seeing the light. Since he's the new X Division champion, he probably likely will defend that championship at Slammiversary coming up in the Ultimate X match. So they're bringing all these TNA gimmick matches back. That used to was the foundation of the company. They're bringing it back to now the foundation of what it is. So Cedric Alexander is back, but he has Fabian Aichner to contend with, and also too Leon Slater could challenge to get his title back. So there's a lot of moving parts throughout. But like I said, it's going to be, I guess TNA is going to be having its own for now. Like we said, next week, Mike Santana will defend his TNA championship against former champion Steve Maclin. Maclin gets a shot at the TNA championship because Steve Maclin dethroned Santana and get himself back into championship contention. A whole leap of others. So it's going to be hard, but we'll see. But we're going to leave you here with the TNA Ring Report. I've been your host. We're going to leave you with Fabian Aichner returning to confront Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander looking bewildered, bewildered on what went down. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. Thanks for watching the TNA Ring Report.